Are you ready for an e-bike with range like over 100 miles? Well, you got one right here, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. Okay, what we have here is the Cyccrown Cychunter dual battery e-moto 750 watt motor and 1250 watt hours of battery. 1250. So I don't know, 625, 625. That's a lot of battery. So pretty darn cool because you need to get to work, you need to commute, and I don't know if you're gonna travel. Maybe that's a lot of range, but you can take one battery out. But when you need to get to work far away and you don't want to be charging every day, you got a solution like this. So this is a class 3 e-bike on the moto style looking uh, setup right here, and so 28 miles an hour, yeah, even with the throttle. So pretty darn cool. It's got some nice controls. The quality is, not too bad, not too bad. Comfortable seat. We rode this a lot and really didn't have a problem. And for its price, and the price is kind of crazy because it's 1,100 bucks with the 2 batteries. With one battery, I'll put up on the screen, but it's even cheaper. So pretty darn cool. Just cable actuated brakes. So cable works if you adjust it properly. You gotta adjust it, make sure it's centered and not dragging, and seat it properly, and you can stop this heavy little thing. But check out the running video because we had fun with it. It really delivered, and we never recharged it. Everyone rode it. Everyone rode it. So it's kind of like the Super 73 style, but higher. That's the new style where you don't have to be so low. You could be it's for adults, not just for kids, and you don't have to be so low. You're more visible to traffic. But it's coming out with a solution for the problem of range for not a lot of money, 1,100 bucks. So it's the Cyccrown Cychunter dual battery model. Also available in single. There will be links in the description. But here's some running video, and you can see how much fun we have with it. Thanks a ton, everybody.
All right, here is some test riding, and we are gonna put it through a variety of conditions, not just paved road like most people do. So here we go, jamming on a huge field usually used for soccer, very bumpy, and it does okay. I'm not gonna say it's plush, especially at my weight, 150 pounds. I'm hardly compressing the rear shock and the front, but it gives a little bit of cush. Can adjust the ride too with the air pressure on the tires. I have it pretty hard right now, but if you're a 200 to 250 pound person, the springs on the shock should be good for you. The throttle is easy to actuate. It goes 28 miles an hour off the bat. Throttle only. Pedaling, it's pretty cool, but like most motorcycle seats, banana seats I call them, you can't pedal that hard, or a long distance. It's not ideal for pedaling, but can definitely get some exercise this way. It's high off the ground, so really good for adults. Good position. I wouldn't say it is heavy, but I wouldn't say I'm feeling that second battery or high center of gravity on these test rides. It's not like a mountain bike where you have to throw the bike around. Here we go. We are on sand at high speed, taking a curve, and not bad at all, right? So pretty good setup here, nice and comfortable. My grips are loose, so definitely I think you gotta glue them on. There's no screw that I could tighten, and they're ergonomic style, so definitely noticeable when they twist. I have my phone there, so controlling my drone that's following. It's a DJI. It's got a nice display, as you can see. And here is the drone. It's a DJI Flip, if you guys are curious. Flies itself. You don't even need a phone. You just launch it off your hand. And here you go. You could take bumps like that. And I think that suspension is really what it's good for. Potholes, bumps, things that may unsettle you or surprise you. The simple suspension here will take care of. So pretty darn cool. And really the biggest asset is it's got a decent design for commuting, and it's not a lot of money, you know. Around $1,100 for 2 batteries. It's just crazy. You know, I know how much these batteries cost in the US, so that price is good. So here we go. We take it on some bumpy little single track trail. You know, and this is what you could do with these bikes too. Is you can explore little paths here and there, as long as you're not bothering anyone, as long as you're not breaking any rules. It's a great exploration tool. You know, I live in San Jose area. With this range too of about 100 miles, they say 120 miles, I can go to San Francisco and back, maybe. Explore the little streets, maybe some fire roads. And this is, you know, like a dirt path. But if you're in a national park, if you are in a cross-country trip, you could park the car or the RV and just explore. And really, you see a lot more sights when you are not in the vehicle. And you're getting some exercise, some fresh air. You got some fishing gear. Got some toys. Go to the park. Really cool. The lights are good. I like the rear lights. It's nice and wide. Headlight is awesome too. And here we go. We do some climbing after done that little trail test. And this is pretty steep. You know, maybe a 10% grade. And right here after this right turn, it gets quite a bit steeper. And I'm not pedaling at all. This is part of my normal test. And right here, I just lose all kinds of speed. So I know it's not gonna make it. These things are hub motors, so there's no gearing, so they just decelerate, and you lose momentum. So to keep a little bit of speed and momentum, you gotta help and pedal. And not the end of the world. Just don't do it too late, because when you're too slow, it's hard to generate speed. You know, all you could hope for is to keep that speed, and it should make it to the top. So, you know, on the con side, wish the power had more torque to lift this weight, this vehicle, this heavier bike up the hills. But I don't think it's too much of a concern unless you're in a very hilly area like San Francisco. But man, you can explore the Golden Gate, Marin, and all that jazz. So here we go, some really tight single track to finish it off. So I hope you enjoyed this little review and ride along this bike with massive range.